All right, our next story here is about healthy foods to buy each week and how we should be doing it. Now, Kaye, that news story you just read about Coles and consumers not buying certain products due to the cost of living constantly rising, it's a bit scary when you really think about it. You know, what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, to be honest. And the thing is that people are going to be increasingly reaching for cheap stuff or fast foods, I suspect.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I have noticed when I've been walking around the supermarkets that their trolleys do seem to be a little less than what I've noticed previously. And I guess I can understand them going to buying less
quantities of stuff.
Yeah, as opposed to the healthier foods that they probably would have previously bought.
And what about you? You've been cutting back?
I have, actually.
And why? Why? You're ripping off the supermarkets.
My excuse is I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. However, however, there are more economical versions of things that I probably would have normally eaten.
So you probably spend a bit more time looking for stuff that's got the right price and the right ingredients. So,
Right.
Look, on a recent BBC radio interview, we came across well-known way of eating guru, Dr Michael Mosley, who also promotes the Mediterranean diet, which we'll talk about another time. He's explained the foods he always buys when he's grocery shopping. Now, of course, they're the healthy options, and they're meant to be part of a healthy dieting plan for potential weight loss and staying healthy overall. But while we would love to have him on the Poocast podcast, you'll just have to put up with us for now.
True.
Of course, there is a lot of contradictory advice out there. Should I buy fat-free, low-calorie products or stick to full-fat options? What is the real deal? What should we do?
And what's going to help us lose weight? Here's what the good Dr. M says he buys every week.
Well, we might go through a couple of these together. First one is full-fat yogurt. And you questioned earlier before we actually started doing this, full-fat yogurt to lose weight. But he says he particularly likes Greek yogurt because it's got more protein and more taste. And he says he eats quite a lot of yogurt. Do you eat yogurt?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the Greek yogurt. And I think the other reason he says that full fat is better is that when manufacturers take out the fat, they often add in sugar. So you do need to have a look. They add in sugar and salt.
Now, the next one he says, what's that?
Well, apparently Dr. Mosley used to hate fish. He now loves it because it's so full of good stuff, the omega-3 fatty acids and things like that. So, Jocelyn, you know a bit about omega-3s, fatty acids and stuff like that. Tell us more.
Yes, well, as I was growing up, as you know, I was a daughter of a home economics teacher who was a big fan of the omega-3 fatty acids. And one of her theories was that for young girls, as they're developing, they actually increase your boob size.
Wow.
Your memory.
So what happened to you? No, sorry.
No, what happened to me and my mother? I mean, seriously, we used to have sardines and fish on Fridays. Obviously not the right kind of fish. So it's the fatty fish that does the trick, and I must increase my bust.
That's right, like the salmons and the fatty fishes, and as I was brought up on cod liver oil, and yes, as you can see the results here.
Yes, you want to have a look, people.
Excuse me, this show is for under 18s as well.
Exactly.
Scientifically speaking, I have done a little bit of research on that, and the omega-3 fatty acids do, in fact, help with or decrease the incidence of breast cancer. So if you start a child on from an early age, growing up, girl, boy, whatever, on your fatty acids, with your fatty fishes and so forth, it will eventually decrease the chances of breast cancer.
Okay. Well, that's good because boys can get breast cancer too, and it's often not talked about. So, okay, all the more reason to have sardines on toast and smoked oysters. Oh, I mentioned oysters.
Oh, no, don't mention oysters.
I draw the line at oysters.
We'll explain about Jossie and oysters later. Now, listen, olive oil is the other one. This is number 3 of the 5 that Dr. Mosley recommends. And basically, it's a fundamental part of the Mediterranean diet. But there's olive oils and there's olive oil.
Oils and oils.
Tell us about that, Kaye.
Extra virgin olive oil that's been cold pressed is Dr. Mosley's preferred option, and to be honest, mine. When we were in Sydney, I used to go to the farmers markets and things, and there was a local olive oil manufacturing people, and I would love the first cold-pressed olive oil, extra virgin, of the season. It was cloudy, it was green, it was really yummy tasting. And I know when we were in Europe, that kind of olive oil is what everyone uses. They don't use butter there. They use really good olive oil. You could smear that on your piece of bread, tomato, garlic, and Bob's your uncle.
So what's the difference between cold pressed as to the other oils?
I believe it's healthier. When they do it at high speed and it heats the temperature of the oil being extracted from the olives, it changes the viscosity and the health benefits of the oil.
Interesting.
But we're lucky we have really good olive oil now being produced in Australia.
We do. Now, Jossie, number 4 on the list is nuts. You like nuts, don't you?
Oh, I love nuts.
Okay.
It's going on the blooper tape.
So tell us about nuts. What's so funny about nuts?
We're all a tad nutty, aren't we? Now, I've always been a fan of nuts, and as in almonds, walnuts. They do have an element of the omega fatty acids as well, and they're high in protein. And
I read where almonds particularly are good for perhaps just stopping you being, a bit hungry. Just have a few almonds and that's just
before a meal, and it sort of lines the stomach.
Yeah, I like almonds.
Yeah,
when I'm allowed to.
And walnuts, they look like little mini brains. And so apparently they're extra good for your brain health and staving off dementia. And I think we're all into staving off, forgetting things. Now, what was I saying? Okay, more walnuts for me.
There we go. Now, listen, number 5, the last one with Dr. Mosley's list is butter. But, KB, you mentioned butter and oils before and the whys and the wherefores. What do you reckon?
Grass-fed cows produce, and other animals, produce better butter. So much better for us. God, it sounds like a little competition for alliteration. But butter is quite a natural product. It hasn't been overly processed, whereas, sorry to say, margarine makers, Dr. Mosley, his wife, who's an experienced nutritionist, says if it's plant-based, eat it. If it's made in a plant, forget it. And I like that saying because butter is naturally produced from milk, which is great. But margarine is a byproduct and has all kinds of things in it like petroleum.
I read a little jingle some years ago, only butter butters. It's better than the rest. But I won't go into the jingle right now, but it was very good at the time, I thought. Anyway.
You're lucky, Jossie. He normally sings it.
Only butter butters. It's better than the rest. You better buy your butter, because butter's better. Anyway, listen, I also asked ChatGPT. Now, a lot of people are using, these AI things or whatever, and I thought, okay, Dr. Mosley said that, but what does ChatGPT say? And here's a couple of things that he, she, they, them said. Leafy greens, we should be eating more of those. Spinach, kale, this, that, and the other. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. They're packed with vitamins and antioxidants. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, which you're mentioning then, trout and rich omega-3 fatty acids. Nuts and seeds, we also spoke about, and legumes, beans, lentils, and chickpeas. So
they'll be listening to us.
So why do we need Dr. Mosley when we've got AI?
Oh, it's much more entertaining. Much more entertaining. And seeds, we haven't really talked a lot about seeds.
Yeah.
Maybe we could make a little note to talk more about the value in tiny little seeds and how good they are for us.